Unit 10 of the Fundamentals of Piano Theory Level 2, Triads and Inversions. So we're going to take this C major triad and I'm going to show you how to kind of flip it around to different inversions. For triads, there is root position, first inversion, and second inversion. There is another inversion for seventh chords, but we're not going to talk about those right now. So right now the C is the root. So and the third is E, so C, D, E. And then G is the fifth, F, G. So C, E, G. Where I am going to first inversion, I'm going to flip this C and I'm going to move it an octave higher. So now my C is up here. For second inversion, what was on the bottom here was the E. And I'm going to flip that and I'm going to put that an octave higher. But notice my C still stays the same. I'm just changing what is the lowest note in the triad. So in root position, the root of the triad, or the home note we'll call it, is C. So in C triad, the C is the root. And then when we go to first inversion, the third becomes the lowest note in the triad. And the root, which is C, goes on top. And then in second inversion, the fifth becomes the lowest note in the triad. They talk more about the intervals between these at the bottom of the page, and why the intervals are kind of like called what they are. So it says the root position triad is made of a third and a fifth. So you see that the distance between the lowest pitch, the root, and the third is a third, and the root and the fifth is a fifth. And that's why they're called what they're called. When you go to first inversion and the third is now on the bottom, you have a third, and the distance between the lowest note, which is E, and that C that we switched up an octave is now a sixth. So you can see now when we put that triad back together, you can see the intervals between the first two and then the bottom and the highest. And then in second position, when we have the G, or the fifth, on the bottom, it's saying the distance between the G and the C is a fourth, and the G and the E is a sixth. So when we put it all together, this is really just kind of breaking it down into a different way of explaining it. If this way works better, that's awesome. If this way works better, that's awesome. You're probably going to need to understand this in later books, but for right now, if this is too confusing, that is okay. Just be able to count the distance between your notes to find your intervals, and you're okay. Eventually what we're going to do is you may hear different inversions be called some of these intervals, and that's kind of why it would be important to know the distance there. Okay, so for the part one, they just want you to take these different key signatures, major and minor, because now we're like super fluent in all of these, right? And they want you to write down your root position, and then they want you to change it into first inversion and second inversion. I'm going to kind of do the first maybe 2 or 3 with you. Just make sure you watch out for your bass clefs here. I always kind of have to keep a mental note of that when I'm working through theory books. I mean, I feel confident in bass clef, but treble clef was my home clef when I first learned it, so it's kind of always right in the front of my face. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's see here. A minor. So we have A, C, and E. Remember, there's no C sharp in A minor, so that's root position. And then first inversion, we're going to take that A, we're going to move it an octave higher, so now the third is in the bottom, so C, E, A. Now our fifth is in the bottom, E, A, C. For F major, you have F, A, C. That was with my root in the bottom. Now I'm going to switch my root up an octave. Now my third is in the bass. A, C, F. And now my fifth is in the bass for second inversion. C, F, A. One more is E minor. E, G, B. Remember, no G sharp and E minor because there's only an F sharp. I'm going to switch my third to be in the bass now. So G, B, and E is now on top. And my second inversion is B, E, and my G goes on top. I think when you do more of these, you kind of see how they look. They're neatly stacked like a snowman or an ice cream cone, then you know what's root position. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I told myself it was in bass clef, and what did I do? I completely disregarded it. Look at that mess. Ugh, That just completely upsets me. Not really, it's Thanksgiving weekend, so I'm not all that upset about it. There we go. Easy fix. Okay, B flat major, and we have bass clef. Okay, B flat, D, and F. Quinny Mo Benny. Leave it. And we have switching it, D, F, and then B flat. Oh, hi, Jax. And then we have F, B flat, and D. My doggies got a special bone for Thanksgiving, and they're super happy, but I think they just finished it. Okay, C, E flat for C minor, and G. And then now the E flats and bass. And then G, C, and E flat. Back to treble clef, Ashley. See, I don't have to tell you guys this. You guys know this. I have to tell myself this. D, F sharp, A, F sharp, A, D, and then A, D, F sharp. G minor, we have G, B flat, D, B flat, D, G, and then D, G, B flat. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh. What did I just do? That's a D. Whoa. D, G, yeah, B flat. That's what we call a mental toot. For some reason, I thought we were in bass clef here. Wow. Oh my goodness. Is it Thanksgiving weekend or what? Oh my Lord. Okay, so let me rewrite this. This is a hot mess here. Bloop. Okay, so it says rewrite these, or not rewrite these, but write these to say whether they're in first position or, oh my goodness, I might have to redo this whole video. That would really be disappointing. I'd be disappointed in myself. Root position, first inversion or second inversion. So they did the first one for you. And now this one's in second inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position. Oh, and they did the bass clef for you too, root position. This one's in second inversion. This one's in first inversion, second inversion, first inversion, and root. Okay, so one little tiny trick that you can do to help quickly identify the inversion, if there's one isolated note on top, it's first, because there's one, it's first. If there's two isolated notes on top from the bottom, it's second. And you know it's root if they're all neatly stacked on top of each other. Okay, well, I hope this wasn't a complete train wreck of a video. Yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving weekend if you're watching this for Thanksgiving weekend. If not, have a nice day.